Is Dragon Ball okay for Christians? And the answer to that is yes. But let's talk about it. You see, Dragon Ball was actually the very first anime that I ever got into. Actually, Dragon Ball Z. That's why we're going to do this video in 3 parts, starting with Dragon Ball. Now, Dragon Ball is about a kid by the name of Son Goku who encounters a young lady by the name of Bulma, who is highly skilled in technology, but for some reason is looking for the Dragon Balls to make a wish off of them. And going forward from here, do we go on this wacky journey between the two of them, one making new friends, making new enemies, and doing the craziest things to defeat them, only to make a wish off of those Dragon Balls. And not the type of wishes that you might think. The Dragon Ball story is filled with a lot of action, a comedy, a bit of fan service, and so much more that has always captivated their audience since the very beginning, and that's why it has the audience and the fan base that it has now. Although I started with Dragon Ball Z, going back and reading Dragon Ball, I still felt that similar passion. As far as Christians are concerned, initially you would not recommend Dragon Ball to them due to the behavior of characters such as Bulma and Master Roshi in regards to the fan service and perversion that takes place in the story. Partial nude scenes, panty shots, and pervy grown men looking at this little girl in inappropriate ways and lusting after other girls that show up throughout the manga. However, that actually should not rob you from enjoying this story. As a matter of fact, when you pay close attention, you see a lot of development in the character of Bulma, but this is where this is ultimately nullified through Goku himself. Son Goku, the main character, is not taken aback by being tempted by the woman's physical form through lust or seeing any part of her in that way, and it's not simply because what people would write as him being dumb. It is because the one that took him in, being that he's an alien, Grandpa Gohan, taught him to focus on his discipline of martial arts and put his energy towards that versus allowing for any other thing to take away his time or his attention. So other than making sure he gets his next meal, he's constantly focused on fighting and or training at all times. Not only will you see that affect the very character of Bulma to where she's not using lustful temptations in order to develop or get her way in certain situations, you will also see the benefit of him maintaining that discipline throughout the series that not only maintained that he was strong, but it also helped him develop as far as the relationships that he built and making the wiser, more mature decisions because of those very same disciplines. If there's anything that we could talk about that would mess up a young Christian man, is that being tempted by lust. And where Son Goku shows that focusing on a discipline keeps you from falling into those temptations is the same type of values that us as Christian men ought to see and